The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald is one of the most important and enduring novels in American literature. Published in 1925, the book explores wealth, ambition, love, illusion, class, loneliness, corruption, and the collapse of the American dream. Although the story takes place during the glamorous jazz age of the 1920s, its themes remain timeless because it examines desires that continue to shape human life: the pursuit of success, the longing for recognition, the obsession with the past, and the illusion that money can create happiness. At first glance, The Great Gatsby appears to be a story about luxury, parties, romance, and high society. But beneath its elegant surface lies deep emptiness, emotional isolation, and moral decay. Fitzgerald presents a world glittering with wealth yet hollow at its core. The novel is narrated by Nick Carraway, a young man from the Midwest who moves to Long Island, New York, seeking opportunity in the bond business. Nick is observant, thoughtful, and less cynical than many of the people around him. Through his eyes, readers enter a society obsessed with status, appearance, and excess. Nick rents a modest house in West Egg, a wealthy area populated largely by newly rich individuals. Across the bay lies East Egg, home to old money families whose wealth has existed for generations. This distinction between new money and old money becomes one of the novel's major themes. Old money represents inherited status, social privilege, and established power. New money represents self-made wealth, ambition, and social climbing. Fitzgerald shows that even immense wealth cannot always erase class divisions. Social acceptance often depends not only on money, but on background, culture, and lineage. Nick's mysterious neighbor is Jay Gatsby, one of literature's most iconic characters. Gatsby is extraordinarily wealthy, famous for hosting enormous parties filled with music, alcohol, celebrities, and strangers. Hundreds of people attend these parties, yet very few truly know him. Rumors surround Gatsby constantly. Some say he killed a man. Others claim he was a spy. Others believe he comes from nobility. This mystery is intentional. Gatsby carefully constructs an image around himself. The first important insight about Gatsby is that he is not simply chasing wealth. He is chasing transformation. He wants to reinvent himself completely. Born poor as James Gatz, he rejects his humble origins and creates the identity of Jay Gatsby, a man of sophistication, success, and greatness. This reinvention reflects one of the central ideas of the American dream: the belief that anyone can become anything through ambition and determination. At first, Gatsby appears to embody this dream successfully. He rises from poverty to extraordinary wealth. He owns a mansion. He hosts legendary parties. He moves among the elite. But Fitzgerald gradually reveals the darker side of this dream. Gatsby's wealth does not bring peace, belonging, or fulfillment. Much of it comes through questionable criminal activities, suggesting that the pursuit of success in a corrupt society may itself become corrupted. More importantly, Gatsby's entire life is centered around one person, Daisy Buchanan. Daisy is Nick's cousin and Gatsby's former lover. Years earlier, before Gatsby became wealthy, he fell deeply in love with her. But because he lacked money and status, he could not offer the social security expected by her world. While Gatsby was away during the war, Daisy married Tom Buchanan, a wealthy man from an old money family. Tom represents arrogance, privilege, and carelessness. He is physically powerful, emotionally shallow, racist, controlling, and unfaithful. Yet because of his social position, he moves through life with confidence and protection. Daisy, meanwhile, becomes one of the novel's most complex characters. She is charming, beautiful, emotional, and magnetic, yet also weak, indecisive, and deeply shaped by privilege. Many readers initially see Gatsby and Daisy as a romantic pair, but Fitzgerald intentionally complicates this idea. Gatsby is not truly in love with the real Daisy. He is in love with an idealized version of her. She represents not only romance, but status, beauty, success, belonging, and the perfect future he imagined. This is one of the novel's deepest themes: the danger of idealization. People often attach impossible perfection to dreams, relationships, success, or the past. They fall in love not with reality, but with fantasy. Gatsby's mansion, parties, clothes, and lifestyle are all designed for one purpose: to win Daisy back. Everything he built revolves around recreating the past. This introduces another central theme: the impossibility of repeating time. One of the novel's most famous moments occurs when Gatsby insists that the past can be repeated. Nick responds carefully, but Fitzgerald makes the answer clear through the tragedy that follows. The past cannot be recreated perfectly because people change, time moves forward, and memory distorts reality. Gatsby remains emotionally trapped in a dream from years earlier. He believes enough money, effort, and desire can restore a perfect moment forever. But life does not work that way. Another major symbol in the novel is the green light at the end of Daisy's dock. Gatsby stares at it across the water from his mansion. The green light represents hope, longing, ambition, and unreachable desire. It symbolizes the dream always slightly out of reach. For Gatsby, the green light is Daisy. For America, it becomes the larger dream of success, fulfillment, and endless possibility. Fitzgerald suggests that much of human life involves reaching toward distant ideals that may never fully satisfy once attained. Another powerful symbol is the Valley of Ashes, an industrial wasteland between wealthy Long Island and New York City. Covered in gray dust and decay, the Valley of Ashes represents moral and spiritual emptiness hidden beneath glamorous wealth. While the rich enjoy luxury, others live in exhaustion and neglect. This contrast critiques the inequality and corruption beneath the sparkling surface of the American dream. Overlooking this valley are the eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg, a giant billboard advertisement featuring enormous spectacles. These eyes become one of the novel's most mysterious symbols. Some interpret them as representing God watching over moral decline. Others see them as symbolizing empty commercialism replacing spiritual meaning. Either way, the image reinforces the novel's sense that society has lost ethical direction. Another major theme is loneliness. Despite the crowds at Gatsby's parties, genuine connection is rare. People attend for pleasure, gossip, and entertainment, not loyalty. When tragedy comes, most disappear instantly. This reveals how shallow many relationships in status-driven environments can become. People surround success but abandon vulnerability. Nick gradually realizes that beneath glamour lies emotional emptiness. Tom and Daisy especially represent carelessness protected by privilege. They hurt people, create destruction, then retreat into wealth and comfort while others suffer consequences. Fitzgerald criticizes not only individuals but an entire culture built on consumption, image, and irresponsibility. The novel also examines performance and identity. Nearly everyone hides behind appearances. Gatsby performs sophistication. Daisy performs charm. Tom performs dominance. Party guests perform happiness. Yet beneath these masks are insecurity, fear, boredom, loneliness, and dissatisfaction. This remains deeply relevant today in a world shaped by branding, status signaling, and curated identities. Another important theme is moral corruption through wealth. Money itself is not portrayed as evil, but wealth disconnected from ethics becomes destructive. The characters often use money to avoid accountability. Luxury softens consequences. Privilege isolates people from reality. Fitzgerald questions whether material success without moral depth can ever truly satisfy. As the novel progresses, tensions rise between Gatsby and Tom over Daisy. Eventually, confrontation erupts in New York. Tom exposes Gatsby's criminal associations, and Daisy becomes emotionally overwhelmed. On the drive home, tragedy strikes when Myrtle Wilson, Tom's mistress, is killed by Gatsby's car, though Daisy was driving. Gatsby takes responsibility to protect Daisy. This moment reveals Gatsby's devotion but also his blindness. He still believes Daisy will choose him fully. But when crisis arrives, Daisy retreats into safety and privilege with Tom. Gatsby's dream collapses because it was built on illusion. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of the novel is Gatsby's innocence beneath his ambition. Despite criminal dealings and obsession, Gatsby retains hope and emotional sincerity rare among the other wealthy characters. Nick eventually admires Gatsby not for his wealth, but for his extraordinary capacity to dream. Gatsby believes deeply in possibility. Yet Fitzgerald presents this hope as both beautiful and tragic. Dreams can inspire greatness, but they can also destroy when detached from reality. The novel's ending is famous because it broadens Gatsby's personal story into a reflection on human existence itself. Nick reflects on humanity's endless striving toward the future while being pulled backward by memory and time. This final idea transforms the novel from social critique into philosophical meditation. Humans constantly chase meaning, fulfillment, and reinvention. Yet the past, memory, and illusion shape those pursuits deeply. How can someone apply the lessons of The Great Gatsby today? First, understand that wealth and image do not guarantee fulfillment. Second, avoid idealizing people unrealistically. Third, recognize that nostalgia can distort reality. Fourth, build identity on substance rather than appearance. Fifth, question whether your ambitions reflect genuine values or social pressure. Sixth, notice how status systems shape relationships. Seventh, pursue success without sacrificing ethics. Eighth, understand that some dreams are beautiful partly because they remain unreachable. Another important lesson is emotional honesty. Many characters hide behind performance instead of confronting reality directly. Authentic self-awareness may be less glamorous, but it creates stronger foundations for life. The final summary of The Great Gatsby is this: the pursuit of success, love, and reinvention can become destructive when driven by illusion instead of reality. Wealth without meaning becomes empty. Pleasure without morality becomes careless. Dreams without truth become dangerous. Yet Fitzgerald also acknowledges something deeply human in Gatsby's longing: the desire to become more, to reach beyond limitations, to believe in possibility despite disappointment. In the end, The Great Gatsby is both a critique and a tragedy. It warns against confusing appearance with fulfillment while also recognizing the beauty and sadness of human ambition itself.